What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. We are back again. Big up every single one of you in the building. We much appreciate every single one of you. It is Wednesday, the 5th of June, 2024. Of course it is. Of course it is. It is a brand new day. We're getting closer to the weekends. We're getting closer to the transfer window opening as well. We've got some interesting stories that we are going to be running through in today's live stream. So make sure you hit the like button. We're going to be talking about João Neves and Benjamin Sesko. We've got a brand new update on both of those players to Arsenal. So don't go anywhere. We're also going to be talking about Julian Alvarez. He is unhappy at Manchester City, and there's a lot of Arsenal fans and people online suggesting that he could leave. He could potentially follow in the footsteps of Gabriel Jesus and Zinchenko and come and find himself at Arsenal. You never know. You never know. You never know what Mikel Arteta and Edu have got up their sleeve. It's going to be an interesting summer. I want to see, the marquees. I want to know who those marquees are. I don't know. I don't believe it's just going to be Benjamin Sesko. Oh, I don't want it. I don't want to believe it's just going to be Benjamin Sesko. I want, a few top quality players, significant improvements. Make sure we are hitting the like button. We're going to touch on Man City first of all. Man City court case twist. There is a twist in the works. As we do know, Man City have got this mad thing going on with the Premier League and FFP, 115 charges. But at this moment in time, Man City are actually suing the Premier League. They're suing the Premier League. They're trying to take control of what's going on. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get in to a position where they are in control and they could potentially flip this on its head. Let's find out what's going on with Man City. We've got a video here that we're going to react to for Sky Sports. Make sure we hit the like button, and then I'll give you a bit more information on this. Big up all the real ones. Hit that like button. Order that. You don't want to go anywhere. Coffee gang this morning. I've got a lovely latte that I didn't. I was about to lie there and say I made it myself. I did not make this myself. My lovely partner made this for me. Absolutely beautiful. And she put this little swirl in it and all of that. It tastes beautiful. But big up the coffee gang, man. Let me know what you're drinking. Espressos, Americanos, cappuccinos. What you got over there? You got a lovely latte like me, homemade. What you got? Let me know, man. Anyway, let's listen to what Cover. I think this guy's name's Cover, Sky Cover. Let's listen to what he's got to say about this Man City situation.
Well, I think first of all we should say that this is a very good exclusive story by Matt Lawton in the Times, and what he's been reporting this afternoon is really unprecedented. We've got a situation where a Premier League club, Manchester City, the champions of the Premier League, are basically suing the Premier League. And what Manchester City are going to argue at this arbitration hearing, which will start on Monday, is that some of the Premier League's financial rules are unlawful and they are incompatible with UK competition law. Okay. And the rules they're talking about are the associated party transaction rules. Now, these were brought in 2021, and they're designed to make sure that if a club signs a commercial deal with a company that is linked to its owners, that deal has to be of fair value. And that is checked to make sure that it's of fair value.
So, I mean, based on what he's just said there, it's all about the commercial deals. Now, what I think Man City have been doing, obviously, they've been doing commercial deals with their own owners. They're getting commercial deals for their own owners, through their own owners. So basically, they are just giving out crazy sponsors, crazy amounts of money. And the Premier League are like, no, this is crazy. How can we allow this to slide? What do you mean that the owner of a football club is going to sponsor its own football club and give it whatever type of money it wants to give? This doesn't make any sense. We have to regulate this. We need to make sure that other football clubs in the Premier League are, it seems kind of all on the same level playing field. Trying to get my words out. So they don't want to make it an even playing field, right? And that's kind of the reason why they've implemented this. And it's just basically someone looking at the deal, making sure that it's okay, basically. And what doesn't make any sense to me, the fact that Man City want to, pursue a court case for this, because they're basically moving like, the amount of money that these guys are putting on the table for Man City sponsors are fair. They're fair. What do you mean? Like, what we're doing is Bruv, let's listen to this. Let's listen to this report that I've got here anyway, bruv. It's crazy. So basically, Man City, the reason why they are upset with this, where is it? Man City are trying to argue that they are unlawful rules and regulations that the Premier League are applying here, and they are suing the Premier League for damages while arguing that the league's democratic system of requiring at least 14 clubs or 2/3 of those who vote to implement rule changes given the majority unacceptable levels of control. So they're just basically saying that they're unlawful and they're unacceptable, and they are preventing them from doing whatever they want to do, and they're going to pursue the Premier League for it. So it's crazy, and I think the reason why they want to do this is more or less they want to take control of the current situation, the 115 charges, because another report actually believes that Man City could blow a big hole in the Premier League's FFP case against them if they succeed in suing the governing body, and that's according to that guy Cava. Cava believes that they could blow a big hole in this case. The Times newspaper reported yesterday that Man City are taking legal action against the Premier League as they look to end their associated party transaction rules. Sorry, my eyesight's absolutely awful. So yeah, man, this is crazy. This is crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. I mean, this rule, it says here, this rule was actually implemented, or this law was implemented back in December 2021 in the wake of the Saudi-led takeover of Newcastle United. The rules are designed to maintain the competitiveness of the Premier League by preventing clubs from inflating commercial deals with companies linked to their owners. The rules dictate that such transactions have to be independently assessed to be of fair market value. And I have to agree with that rule, man. I don't see nothing wrong with that, but Man City do. Man City see a big, massive problem with that. And you know why they see a problem with that? Is because they can't do brown envelopes. That's why. Brown envelope FC. They can't do up their brown envelopes, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. Basically, they're guilty, but want to have those rules abolished. I mean, you know, Man City are guilty, man. You know what they're on, bro. You know what they're on. So, yeah, that's interesting. Let's see what happens with that. I think this starts this week or on Monday, I believe. So we'll have some more information in regards to this. And then the court case for the 115 charges, I believe that starts in November. That starts in November. It seems like that date keeps getting pushed back and back. I was pretty sure we were being told a couple of months ago that that was happening in summer. I thought we were going to find out before the Premier League starts. So now we're being told it's November. Okay. It's funny that, and we were being told a few weeks ago that Pep Guardiola is going to have one more season. Oh yes, the dots connect, man. These guys are fucking frauds, blood. That's all I know, man. Brand envelope gang. That's what they are. Big up Roland's, man. Big up all the guys in the building. I do apologize for not giving you guys your shout outs, man. Big up João, big up Alfie, big up my guy Roland's, big up all the members. Much appreciate you guys. Big up, pardon. Pardon me. Big up John, big up Adam Lee, AFC. I see you, broski. Big up JP as well. Big up Navina. Much appreciate you guys. Big up Boss, big up Sergio. Nothing but love and respect to you guys. Big up all the guys that are watching. Make sure we are hitting the like button, do subscribe, all of that type of stuff. But yeah, this Man City situation is pretty interesting, and let's see how they deal with it. I believe Pep Guardiola is a fucking fraud. That's all I know. This guy on the screen right now is a blood clot fraud, man. Blood clot fraud. Dodgy as you like. Dodgy fuck. I don't care what anyone's got to tell me. Can't be at two clubs. You've been at 3 clubs in your career. 2 of them are dodgy. 2 of them have been doing dodgy stuff. Yeah. All right. Come on, all these guys are all in bed together, man. They're all in bed together. Been in bed. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's move on. What else we got going on here? What we got going on? We got some interesting stories linking players to clubs, of course. Arsenal being linked with a whole host of players this morning, even Julian Alvarez, which we will get to as well. Chelsea prepared to sell Conor Gallagher £50 million is what Fabrizio has just reported. It looks like Aston Villa, Tottenham, and a few other clubs are interested in that one. Aston Villa want to bring Matteo Guendouzi back to the Premier League, believe it or not. Aston Villa are looking at Matteo Guendouzi and Adrian Rabiot, two players that they want to bring in following the signing of Ross Barkley, as we do know, ladies and gentlemen. Real Madrid still working on Alphonso Davies still. We've got Benjamin Sesko and Michael Olise are Chelsea's priority targets. Now, this is one thing I wanted to say to you guys, or I did say to you guys yesterday or a couple of days ago. The only team that kind of worry me with this Benjamin Sesko move is Chelsea. I think based on the reports that I've read, a lot of teams, or all of the teams other than Chelsea, have that are interested in Benjamin Sesko have kind of put him on a back burner because they believe that Arsenal are winning this race. Arsenal have already got shit in place to solidify this one. So we might as well not bother. We might as well go and get someone else instead of wasting our time. But not Big Belly Bowley. No, not Big Belly Bowley, bruv. Not Big Belly Bowley and blurry fucking sewers. They'll never give up. They will always be looking at Arsenal's shortlist. No matter what they'll do, they'll always be looking at Arsenal's shortlist. They love a bit of Arsenal shortlist. They love a bit of Mikel Arteta blood. They've been in the press recently. Oh, we love the Arsenal project. We love it. We're going to follow that one. Yay, we want Arsenal. We want Arsenal project. That's what Chelsea want. Chelsea want the Arsenal project, bro. They want the Arsenal project. They want the Arsenal fucking owners. They want the Arsenal, the shortlist. They want the Arsenal transfers, everything. Everything Arsenal they want over there. It's crazy. It's crazy. Big Belly Bowley needs to get his own plan. But I just know Big Belly Bowley is literally waiting there, waiting for Arsenal to show some interest or kind of prepare a move for a player. And him and his big belly are going to slap it on the table and say, sorry, mate. We're going to hijack this one. We're going to hijack you. Fucking hell, mate. Big Belly Bowley while picking his fat belly button. This is what I'm saying, man. There you go. There you go. It's crazy. Big up Naruto in the building. Big up Abdullah. Big up I Am as well. Big up Sweetie, Lushane. Big up Oding Motta. Nothing but love and respect to you guys that are joining. I see you guys. Chelsea always want to hijack. This is what I'm saying. And this is a problem. This is the only problem that the only thing that I'm concerned about is, going in for a player, trying to finalize the deal. The player's already in London. Then we get told Big Belly Bowley comes along with his big fucking belly and blurry fucking sewers and says, oh, you know what? We'll give you anything you want. In fact, what's going on with Benjamin Sesko at the moment is extremely interesting. RB Leipzig are doing everything in their power to convince the player. They're willing to quadruple his wages, do whatever he wants. They're going to do a flipping Mbappe move on Benjamin Sesko. They rate him. They love him. No diddy thing. They're on it. They want him done and signed and sealed and staying at RB Leipzig. And they're trying to get into his brain, like they're trying to fucking get into his head. And they're trying to tell him, listen, there's no place like home, mate. There's no place like home. And RB Leipzig is your home right now. You know what I mean? Manchester United, Chelsea, a few other teams looking at Michael Olise and Benjamin Sesko, but Arsenal still did the race with Benjamin Sesko. We will get to the stuff that I want to share with you in a little while, so don't go anywhere, fasten your seatbelts. But Michael Olise, interesting one. I think I could see him joining Chelsea. Contacts were made with the representatives of two players who would be keen to join the Blues. So according to Foot Mercato, Chelsea have made contacts with both players and the representatives, and both players would be keen to join Chelsea. So there's the reason for concern. There is the reason for concern. Let's see what happens though. Big up Michael Olise, man. I wouldn't mind him at the club. Maybe that could be a surprise one for us. We might just see all out of nowhere Michael Olise walking through London Colney with Arteta and Eddie. But that could potentially happen, you never know. What else we got going on before we actually dive into some Arsenal content here? We got Xavi Simons taking his time to decide on his next club. I feel sorry for Xavi Simons, man. It's going to be another loan. PSG have no intentions to sell him. Bayern Munich are the club that are leading the race to actually sign him. So they want him. Bayern Munich want him. So, that's a good move for him. But it's like, come on, it's a club like Bayern Munich want you, and they're going to give you first team football. And what the fuck are PSG doing, bro? PSG are a shit show. They cared more about Mbappe than they cared more about anything in their fucking life. Like, I swear to you. And players might as well duck out. All those youngers that they've got there, Emre, Bacola, all those guys might as well cut out, bro, because PSG is a shit show, man. Absolute shit show. And I feel sorry for Xavi Simons. Now, this is a guy that's got so many, he should be playing week in, week out for any team on the planet. He could fit into Arsenal. He could straight get into, I think he gets into Man City. He gives Phil Foden a massive run for his money. A massive run. Massive. Like, under Pep Guardiola and that type of mentorship and guidance in that type of team, this guy, Xavi Simons, will fucking do a madness. It's crazy. I want him at Arsenal. I can't lie to you. Bowley is moving faster than the Cronkies. Cronkies have taken 18 years to get this to this point, and Bowley has taken 2 years. They are already phase 2 of their process. Big up Ninth. Listen, I believe in our owners. I swear to you, I do believe in our owners. The people I don't fully believe in are the people that are driving the actual bus. Our owners are just business orientated. They are looking at numbers. The numbers at Arsenal look good. The numbers, whether it's the league numbers or whether it's the financial numbers, they look good from a business perspective. So the owners are like, okay, this is what we can do. However, the people that are fucking driving the bus, yeah, not all of them are qualified. Not all of them have a license. You understand? They're hitting curbs. They're fucking driving into bus stops. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not even referring to Arteta here. I'm referring to Edu and Richard Garlick. These guys are very, very incompetent. We've seen it. So, you know, these are the people that we have to kind of put pressure on when it comes to getting deals over the line and making sure that players are getting fucking sold. You know, we spoke yesterday about reluctance to sell Eddie Nketiah. What they're telling us. It doesn't make any sense. Chelsea transfer strategy: hijack every possible target that Arsenal wants. Exactly. That's the policy. Big up Tobias. He says, if Douglas Luiz is only 60 million, why aren't we going for him? Aston Villa surely want one of our players, so we could get him for Fofana and Eze and less than that for Bruno. Yeah, you got a point. You know, Fofana 20 million, Eze would be about 50, 60, I think Crystal Palace have said. And then you can get Douglas Luiz for about 50, 60 as well. You know, some of the reports are still saying that Arsenal are serious about Douglas Luiz. I just feel it's going to be difficult to negotiate with Aston Villa, and I think they're going to have to be a last resort for Arsenal, a last resort. You know, you've got their sporting director has a very strong relationship with Unai Emery, very strong. They've worked together prior to being at Aston Villa. These guys are not going to give in to Arsenal that easy, bro. These guys are never going to sit there and say, yeah, come and take Douglas Luiz and what? We want 60, but we'll give him to you for 45 or 50 or, you know, we'll take in a store. No, they're going to be like, bro, Arsenal, if it's Juventus, take him for 60, but Arsenal, we're talking about 90 mil, bro. You know, they start putting Unai Emery's sacking tax on that shit. Unai Emery's sacking tax. You sack this, Don? Hey, bro, we're putting tax on that shit. You want our player? Come and pay an extra 20 million for our Don. Sell Eddie for whatever you want when you go and get. There's teams out here ready to pay £30 million according to the reports for Eddie Nketiah. So, I mean, if that's the case, that should already be tied up. Done. Send him to Fulham. Send him to Wolves. Send him to whoever wants him. That 30 million for Eddie Nketiah. You're telling me, if these reports are telling me the facts and they're saying 30 million for Eddie Nketiah, teams are willing to pay that, what is Edu doing? What is Edu doing? That should have already been revealed as a done deal. What the hell? Fabrizio Romano should be already giving us the here we go, blood. What is Edu doing? This is what I'm saying. You've got to question him. It's the 5th of June. Remember, I say the date at the beginning of the stream for a reason, blood. Because we're counting down those days. Will Edu really step up and give Mikel Arteta what he wants before the day that he wants it? Because we know Mikel Arteta wants the striker and maybe 1 or 2 other players before we actually go for the US tour or before Euros. Euros starts in less than 2 weeks. So Edu better get a move on, bruv. Edu better get a move on. The numbers look good, but the owners are naive to not be adaptable enough. Is Champions League the minimum again? That's why Edu and Mikel's still here. Are they not confident to move on? I hear what you're saying there, Niv, and I have to kind of side with the decision that the owners have made at this point, even though I have been adamant of over the prior to maybe 18 months ago, I would say. Even in the space of those 18 months, I've been on the manager's neck, but I've been Arteta out. That was the stance that I've had. I've not been happy with what Arteta done in the first 2.5 years, but I have to be real and say, look, he as a manager turned it around. And therefore, we've seen progress be made. Now, it doesn't mean that we're happy with not winning the Premier League. We kind of expected us to be winning the Premier League at this point. But based on how our season kind of ended for them this season, I would say, one more season. And I think the owners have looked at it from the same kind of lens. They've said, you know what, you've gone again. All right, cool. We give you credit. We give you one more season, Bloods. We want one more season to actually deliver. We've only been in this position now for 2 seasons. 2 seasons. I think, the saying is 3 strikes and you're out. Yeah. We count, you see the 2 years prior to the 2 years that we've just had, we'll give that to Arteta and say, you know what? We had the resources to allow you to learn, allow you to rip up that team that you deem's not good enough. But now you have to fucking deliver, bro. No more exceptions, no more excuses. Do you know what I mean? Like I said to you guys, if we're out of the Carabao Cup by the 3rd round in this new season, bro, you're gonna hear about it. Literally, I'll be done at that point. This is like little string, like little string settings. Like you ain't got no thick rope where you can hang for time. This is like little string, so little that even my partner's eyebrow scissors will be able to cut this fucking string. That's how tiny this string is. Do you understand, bro? So, yeah. Oh, mad thing. Juventus are bums. Absolutely. Big up my guy VPIF Keys in the building. Big up Franklin. Good to see you, VPIF, in the building, man. Nothing but love and respect to you and the family, as always. As always, man. If Mikel doesn't win the league, he needs to win a cup double to stay in the job next year. Facts, bro. Big facts. We were saying that last week as well. It's the only way. It's literally the only way. Anyway, let's move on. We're going to get to Arsenal in a second. I think we're probably going to move on to Arsenal now, really. I'm just seeing what else is being said online. But make sure we are hitting the like button, do subscribe, all of that. Big up all the new subscribers. I see you guys as well. We do this with no redirects. We do this with no support. All we do this is with YouTube algorithm. We've got no social media support. We don't do none of that. We allow the YouTube algorithm to reach you guys. Let's see if it does its job. If it's doing its job, it's doing its job. I need you guys to subscribe and support what we've got going on over here. Okay. So, Julian Alvarez. We want to speak about him. So there's a little political situation taking place. He wants to play for Argentina, I believe. He's saying that he's not getting enough minutes at the club. Let me find it. I'll find it for you guys, man. Newcastle on the verge of signing Lloyd Kelly. It's actually completed. Lloyd Kelly from Bournemouth. I mean, that's probably an underwhelming. He's a good player, actually, but I think it's an underwhelming type of transfer for the Newcastle fans. You're expecting bigger and better, but you guys ain't done what you need to do, mate. You ain't to deliver. You failed to deliver. You're not even in Europe. You allowed Man United to knock you out of Europe. According to Gazzetta in Italy, speaking of Douglas Luiz, Juventus actually reached an agreement to sign Douglas Luiz. They're just negotiating with Aston Villa right now. So it does look like Douglas Luiz could find himself at Juventus in the summer. That's according to what's being said by the Gazzetta in Italy. I'll take those reports with a pinch of salt because Italy are bare fraudulent dons in Italy. Bare fraudulent dons. Okay, it does look like we're moving on to Arsenal news now. Aston Villa have opened talks to sign Conor Gallagher, just to add that to that. Unai Emery desperate to sign the midfielder, but it cost 50 million. They have, they're speaking with representatives. Chelsea still rivaling Arsenal for Benjamin Sesko, according to this guy, Jacob Steinberg, as well. So let's get into some Arsenal content. Make sure we are hitting the like button, do subscribe, all of that type of stuff. We'll start with this guy here. Plays for Girona. He's a winger. Arsenal are looking at bringing another the Mouse Sport. This name is a bit of a mad thing to pronounce. I actually got the thing to pronounce it for me. Let me do it. Tihanka. Victor Tianka. Victor Tianka, I don't know. It's something along those lines, either way. But interestingly, he's actually a good player. I was checking out his highlights this morning because I was like, I've never heard of this Don before. Like, who is he? He plays for Girona. Girona have had a decent spell since they've been promoted. Obviously, they're owned by the same fucking owners as Manchester City. They're doing some cooking and some brand envelopes over there as well. It's just brand envelopes everywhere, bro. Brand envelopes everywhere. You know what? On that basis, I don't want this player. I don't want this player. Tell Girona to keep their own player. I don't want to do no business with Man City. I have to be honest, man. Even with Julian Alvarez, we're going to talk about him in a second as well. I don't want to do no business with these dogs. These men are brand envelope FC. I don't want to do no corrupt business with these fraudulent guys, man. Because this guy plays for Girona. He is a good player, to be quite fair. But yeah, he's linked with AC Milan. I think he will join AC Milan. Reports in Italy suggesting that they are leading the race. You've got Tottenham also interested as well. But Arsenal have apparently made an approach. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with that. But do comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on him. But again, I don't want to do business with Man City, man. Fuck them dodgy dons, man. I swear to you, fuck them dodgy dons. Aston Villa want to sign, want around 59 million for Douglas Luiz, according to the reports. But it does look like he's agreed a move to Juventus. Left back is another area of focus for Arsenal. None of the existing options have convinced Mikel Arteta. The return to fitness of Yuri Timber provides another alternative, but the club are continuing to monitor the market for a specialist, and that is according to the Athletic. So Arsenal are going to be bringing in a specialist left back, someone that actually plays as a left back, not a midfielder that has been made a left back who can't defend. Mikel Arteta obviously thought that was going to work. Zinchenko clearly isn't going to work. Should be sold. Bayern Munich still in the race for Zinchenko. Let's see if we can make that happen. Kivior, another player that I've got a feeling he's going to be leaving. Fabrizio Romano said Arsenal could sell Kivior this summer, but only for an important proposal. Kivior to AC Milan stories are also back again, and he has also been appreciated by AC Milan. And he was on their list also in January. But at the moment, Milan have not approached Arsenal yet. And the key word in that is yet. I think we should make a move on Kivior. 20 million we signed him for. I think we've increased his value. He's had a decent enough season to increase his value, and I think we can now sell him to AC Milan or one of these teams for about 35 million. Just get him out the door and go and get ourselves a real put-together centre-back. We've got Saliba, we've got Gabriel Magalhaes. Those two are just like, they're worldly. They're worldly together. And I mean, slight side news about Saliba, in fact, because I read a couple of days ago that Deschamps, fucking frauds, Didier Deschamps he doesn't want to play. He doesn't want to start William Saliba in the Euros. He's going to be the backup option. Is this guy a fraud, blood? Is that French manager a fucking fraud? He actually winds me up, man. Because he was doing this last summer. He was basically trying to tell man that William Saliba isn't good enough to be a starting player for France. So you're on crack. Konate and Bozo Upamecano, they're going to be the two starting centre-backs for France for Euros. And Saliba, the masterclass, the come on, man. The elite defender, Saliba, is going to be sitting on the bench. Does it make any sense? Does it make any sense? He's fully the French Southgate, 110%, bro. 110%. The chump. The chump. That's what he is, isn't it? The chump. What a joker. What a joker. So anyway, we've got Saliba, we've got Gabriel Magalhaes. Those two players are phenomenal, and I think we need to go and get a player that's more or less on par with those guys. But do you know what I mean? They're not this. That's just like a level raiser. I don't think Kivior is a level raiser. But then, to be fair on Kivior, we never really got to see him play as a centre back. We've only seen him play as a left back, and that's not his natural position. He has looked good in certain games in that position. Got to give credit to him, but we can tell he's just not natural at going forward. And when he goes forward, he misplaces passes, and he gets caught out of position, and then bang, and then we're getting hit, and then Kivior's not there. It's a problem. It's the same kind of problem that we have with Zinchenko, and what that shows me is a positional problem. They don't know what space or positions to be in when moving forward. And when they do move forward and they get caught out of possession, they're done, finished, finito. So we need a defender that is defensively aware. You know, Saliba doesn't never get caught out. Even when Saliba gets forward, bro, and someone hits us on a counter-attack, how many times has Saliba been able to get back and recover, win the ball back, make sure everything's calm? You know what I mean? Come on, man. It's proper defenders. That's what I'm saying. Kiwior's just not at that level, bro. But again, to give him, to not be harsh, he has been playing out of position. So, but for me, I would say, look, go and get a proper centre back, you know, and let that guy, you know, rotate with Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes. Who's that centre back going to be? I don't know. I would be happy with Tapsoba. I like Tapsoba. I do like also what's his name again, bro? I forgot his name. Another French guy, man. Another French guy. I forgot his name. His name just literally was there, then it went, bro. Imagine that. But there's a few young players. Is it Tadibo? It might be Tadibo. He was actually, from Nice, OGC Nice. He actually reminds me of Saliba in a way, to be quite fair. Tadibo. That's who I want. I want that. John Claire Tadibo. That's his name. It comes to me. My memory doesn't serve me well. You guys know. It's Tadibo. There we go. I wouldn't mind Diamande as well. You know, Diamande is a good defender. The only problem with Diamande, in my opinion, is his ability in the air, and that's surprising because he's a decent height. But I don't know, man. His aerial duels, they're not really that great. Hasn't really been winning all those aerial duels. And it's mad that I said that as well, because I said that to you guys. When was that? I can't remember. We were talking about it, and I said, you know what, I don't want Diamande for this reason. And then a couple of weeks later, I bought Football Manager 2000, the new one, and obviously I'm just looking at all the players that Arsenal were targeting, and he's heading shit on the game. His heading's like 12, and I thought, oh yeah, that's why his aerial duels have been shit in the Portuguese league this season. His heading was 12, so I was like, yeah, cool. But anyway, Delit as well. Delit's in with a shot. I'll take Delit as well. What are you saying? I'll take Alvarez any day of the week. 110%. 110%. Let's actually get to all of that. Let's get to all of that. So yeah, Kiwior could be out the door anyway, according to Fabrizio Romano. Let's see if that takes place, and who Arsenal will be bringing in to replace Kiwior. All right, where are we? So Arsenal still remain interested in Martin Zubimendi. Now, this doesn't make sense to me. I've told you guys the true nature of what's going on with this deal, yeah? You know, I've done my due diligence with this one, bro, and I've done enough research to look at Martin Zubimendi and understand what's going on, where this guy's at, where this guy's at mentally. And it doesn't make any sense why we are still trying to pursue this one. Arsenal remain very interested in Martin Zubimendi, with Mikel Arteta a keen admirer. Now, the difficulty may be persuading local lads. I like the way you put that in there, local lads. You know, local lad. Of course, he's a local lad. Zubimendi to leave, that region. It doesn't make any sense. Although he has a release clause worth around 50 million, he has expressed no desire to move. And look, the problem, and as I've told you what the problem is, with Martin Zubimendi is going to be exactly the same issue as what we had with Lucas Torreira. Homesick. He doesn't want to leave the country, blood. He's scared to leave the country. He doesn't want to leave Spain. He doesn't want to leave. So why are Arsenal still trying to pursue this one? He's a homesick type of don. This is what I'm saying. Big up Johan. We've kind of cottoned on now, man. I was telling man this months ago, not even years ago, probably like last summer. I realized, like, listen, every time I read a link between Arsenal and Zubimendi, it's always telling me Zubimendi wants to stay at Spain. He's a homesick don. He's a homesick don. He goes on holiday for 1 day. He's on the phone to his mum all day. Oh, mum, I want to come back. I want to come back. I used to go to a boarding school, yeah. I used to go to a boarding school. It wasn't a boarding school that my mum paid for. It was a boarding school for naughty kids, all right? I was sent there at the age of 9, 10 years old. So I was very, very young when I went there. And it was a secondary school. So I was still in primary school, but it was secondary school, yeah? And there were kids there that were crying to go home. Crying daily to go home, blood. That's Martin Zubimendi, bro. That's Martin Zubimendi. He wants to go home. He's going to sit on the phone to his mum all day crying. Oh, mum, I miss your food. Oh, mum, leave Martin Zubimendi over in Spain, man. We don't need this fraud, man. We have to move on from this guy. So let's move on from him. Arsenal are serious, and they are the main contenders, according to some of these reports, to sign João Neves. Arsenal are considering a move for Benfica midfielder João Neves, and they're more serious than Manchester United, and that's according to Ben Jacob. So Ben Jacob has confirmed that Arsenal are more serious than Manchester United about signing João Neves. Now, this is funny because Arsenal being more serious, okay. The maddest thing is, this week, Man United have had a bid rejected. So if Arsenal are more serious, are Arsenal going to put a bid down on the table? Are they going to put a bid down on the table? Because Man United has already been putting bids down for João Neves. 60 million euros was rejected the other day. We obviously shared that on the stream. Oh, man. Yeah. Is Arsenal going to put a bid down? Because basically, Jacobs is saying that Arsenal are more serious than Man United, and Arsenal haven't put a bid down. Man United have put a £60 million bid. The reports are suggesting that Benfica want the minimum release clause triggered. That minimum release clause is 120 million euros, I believe it is. It's about 100 million pounds or some craziness like that. One of the reports we shared yesterday actually said that they would accept something along the lines of about 80 million or 100 million or something like that. So it could be cheaper than the release clause itself, but it still needs to be a high figure. But will Arsenal try and move for him? Because according to Ben Jacobs, Arsenal are serious. They're more serious than Manchester United. João Neves is so bad, man. Don't get him. He actually is the Portuguese McTominay, a DM who can't defend but can attack. Don't get him. We won't, because he's worth 120 million. Who is winning the Ballon d'Or in your opinion, Wax? It's a good question, you know. I would like to think Jude Bellingham's got a chance. Champions League, done incredible season, had an incredible season in Real Madrid, first season in Spain. There'll probably be some bias towards it, and he'll go to someone else, you know, obviously being a young mixed race black man, you know how it gets. Could be Thierry Henry 2.0. You never know, but hopefully it's not, because I hate to think that the world still thinks like that. You know what I mean? I want the world to think like that. We need to change. We need to move on, bro. Jude Bellingham definitely deserves to be a Ballon d'Or winner based on what he's done. His rise from Birmingham to Real Madrid in about 4 years is incredible, bro. And a Champions League winner in his first season there, bro. Get out of it. Yeah, they win the league as well. Get out of it. It's got to be Jude Bellingham, bro. It's got to be Jude Bellingham. And when do they do the Ballon d'Or? Because can you imagine if England won the Euros as well? That just adds so much more to, you know, give him reason as to why he should be winning it. This would be as bad as Pepe if this happens. Vinny maybe. Yeah, Vinny could be another one. A good shout. I was actually going to say Vinny because he's been doing it for Real Madrid for a number of years now, consistently just tearing the Liga up. So yeah, man, it could be Vinny. There's a few names to mention, man. This fraud in the chat, man. I just have to put you in timeout. I don't know what you're doing, bro. Big up Robbo, big up King Ming in the building. Wax, what's going on with Patino? I say we keep Patino passing and add Fofana to the list. Yep. Charlie Patino, man, that looks like it's done and dusted. I believe he's going to be joining. Who's he going to be joining? I see him being linked with someone the other day, man. It could be Ipswich. It could be Ipswich, in fact. Ipswich are going to be trying to revamp their squad after being promoted. So, I mean, I won't be too fussed with getting rid of Charlie Patino. Just get rid of him, man. Get rid of him, bro. Get out of here, man. Give Ethan Waneri. We've got Ethan Waneri now, bro. We don't need to care about. Charlie Patino. Sorry, man. I'm trying to read stuff, flick through stuff. I'm not really great at multitasking, to be quite fair. All right. What we got going on? Okay, so let's move on to Benjamin Sesko. What we'll do is we'll do Julian Alvarez last, and see what's being said about Julian Alvarez. But so there's various different reports coming out this morning about Benjamin Sesko and RB Leipzig. As I said to you guys at the top of the stream, RB Leipzig at this moment in time, they are trying to get into the head of Benjamin Sesko. They are trying to do everything in their power to convince him to stay. They want to give him as much money as they want. Listen, this is PSG and Mbappe all over again. It might not be as astronomical as that in terms of the finances that are put on the table, because of course it's PSG, Arab oil money, brand envelope money against RB Leipzig, German Bundesliga money. Yeah, the man just about qualified for fucking Europe. So, yeah, interesting. They're going to try and do everything they can to convince him to stay. We shared that information yesterday. What's being said by Fabrizio Romano today is Benjamin Sesko is taking his time to decide his future because he has a new contract proposal from RB Leipzig. Okay. Leipzig offered him really important money to be the star of the team for next season and to change the release clause that's in the contract. Now Sesko has to decide whether he wants to stay at Leipzig or leave and probably go to the Premier League. He says probably go to the Premier League because then we have fucking Big Belly Bowley with his hijack plans. And then obviously Arsenal and Edu cooking on a fucking barbecue and deciding on whether he wants to cook a steak or whether he wants to cook lamb chops or whether he wants to fucking cook just vegetables, blood. He might just be cooking vegetables this summer. Edu might be on a barbecue this season cooking vegetables. In fact, he might just be cooking salads. I heard that Eddie puts tomatoes and cucumbers on the barbecue, blood. So, yeah. It's going to be an interesting one. We will see how Arsenal deal with this and how Arsenal manage this. Of course, we've been told that Arsenal have launched a bid. No one's come out again to give us concrete confirmation that that is true yet. You know, Fabrizio Romano hasn't come out and said, oh, yeah, actually, Arsenal have launched a bid. But then he hasn't come out to say, no, they haven't. Or there's or that news is fake. Because usually, especially recently, Fabrizio Romano's kind of been throwing water over fire. He's been shutting shit down. If he knows it's not true, he's shutting shit down. He's quickly saying, listen, this report that's saying this, I haven't heard nothing about that. He's not saying that. He's not saying that to be the case with Benjamin Sesko. You know, we got told 2-3 days ago that an official bid got launched. The bid was going to be immediately rejected, which didn't make any sense to me because we know what the release clause is. So why are we putting in bids to get rejected? And then yeah, Arsenal were going to do whatever they were going to do from there. So let's see, man. Eddie needs to cook extremely good, that barbecue for Sesko. Exactly, man. Wax Todd needs to go on a keto diet. Edu is on the corn. Big up my guy, Casual Gamer in the building. He says, personally, Wax, I don't think Sesko is money driven because him and his agent said in a roundabout way they want what's best for his career. I mean, at this moment in time, we don't know what he wants, or we don't know what he believes best for his career. He might think money is best for his career, or moving to a team like Arsenal or Bayern Munich or Real Madrid, or whoever it is going to be. That could be best for his career. Let's hope it's the latter, but not those teams. It's Arsenal, of course. Sesko and Odegaard link up. I mean, that would be good. I mean, look, I'm coming to kind of accepting this Benjamin Sesko marquee signing. I've never not liked Benjamin Sesko. I've always liked him. I've always rated him, but I've always liked him. No diddy. I've always rated him. I've always thought he was cold, but I wanted someone that was proven. I wanted someone that was clinical. I wanted someone that has been hitting the back of the net consistently. When I saw Gyökeres and what Gyökeres has been doing for Sporting and what he had been doing for Coventry whilst in English football, I said to myself, no, this is the player that we need. Gyökeres is an all-round, complete striker. He can do everything. Now, he might not be as tall as Sesko, and I think one of the main reasons why Mikel Arteta is driving for Benjamin Sesko is because of how tall he is. And the fact that we're putting 20 million crosses into the box, so we need someone up there that's a bit sturdy that can actually win headers, because Kai Havertz, doesn't have a clue. He jumps, and it's like he closes his eyes, and he's like, yeah. And he misses a bunch of headers. Or no, it doesn't even connect. So I still want Gyökeres. Exactly, I want Gyökeres. That's the player that I want. Fabrizio Romano said that Sesko turned down 30 million net salary from Saudi in order to stay in Europe. Cool. So that kind of indicates that he's not solely in it for the money, but money has to obviously play a big part. But no one wants to move to Saudi Arabia, bro. I'm not a player like Benjamin Sesko anyway. Come on, man. The guy is 21. Like, that would be like Oscar all over again. Remember Chelsea's Oscar left Chelsea at like what, 23, 22, and then went and signed for a Chinese team, and he's been there ever since. He's gone back to Brazil or some shit. He was there until at least 30, 31. So we spent like a decade playing for a Chinese team because he got given like 500K a week. And we're talking about 10 years ago or some shit. You know what I mean? It was time ago when that happened. Probably even more than 10 years ago. But Oscar, bro, that was like, how long ago did they have Oscar? Oscar was a baller as well, man. Brazilian Oscar. I mean, look, let's be honest. If Kevin De Bruyne goes to Saudi Arabia, fantastic. It's a good move for him because it's a retirement home, and that's how you have to see that league. It's a retirement home. They want those players to endorse the league, grow the viewership on the league. They want as many eyes on that league as possible, on that football over there as possible. You know. So yeah, like for Kevin De Bruyne, for them old dons, you know, it's all good for them. But come on, a 21-year-old wouldn't make any sense. But that doesn't necessarily mean he's not in it for the money. He might still want a big contract, but want to play in Europe, close to his family. And I think also when you think about playing in Europe, you've probably got a stronger chance of playing for like your national team and all of those things if you play there. I don't think like the international managers are not looking at dons over in Saudi Arabia, really. Unless you're Ronaldo and, you know, we're going to give you one last, goodbye. This is your last Euros. You know, you can come back. Hopefully we'll win it for you. And this will be your last big thing. You know, other than that, you know, they're not really looking at dons over there, are they? So, yeah, Benjamin Sesko will need to stay in Europe for all of those benefits. Gabri Veiga wanted to wax. He's bare young and sold his career to the devil. Oh, he went there. Oh yeah, he went, didn't he? We were being linked with him and he decided to go over to Saudi Arabia. Crazy. Gabri Veiga. I remember that, Dom. Arsenal had a done deal to sign Jude Bellingham before we hired Edu. Man turned him down. What? Seriously? Is that facts? Big up, is it Jeezy? Big up Jeezy. Is that facts, though? I don't even know. I've never read that before. I've never read that still. Yeah, that would be a mad thing, no? Same with Man United. I think Man United had Jude Bellingham at the stadium and that. Big up Richard. He says Sesko is overrated. He ain't better than Trossard. They play two different positions, though. Personally, Wax. I think I've already read that. Big up my guy, early boy. Nothing but love and respect to you. But yeah, man, Benjamin Sesko anyway. Benjamin Sesko. Making up his minds. RB Leipzig trying to get into his brain, trying to offer him contracts, astronomical money, trying to convince him to stay. They're probably telling him, don't worry, man. We'll let you go. We'll let you go next season. Or we'll let you go in 2 seasons, man. Look, you're 21 years old, bro. We've got so many years ahead of you. You know, all that type of gas. And you know, these young people, man. They're easily manipulated. Bloody hell, I can't get my words out. Anyway, all right, let's do the last. The last thing is Julian Alvarez. Let's see what's happening with Julian. See it this morning for the first time. Didn't really do too much reading into it. I just see a lot of people linking him with a move to Arsenal as well, basically saying that he could, or Arsenal could move for the player. The first one we got here is this one. It says Julian Alvarez chatted with Pep Guardiola in private and made only one request: let him play for the Olympics Argentinian team. He argued that Pep doesn't give him the minutes he wants at Man City. Interesting. So there seems to be some little bit of a breakdown. I mean, it's not major. This is nothing to really get overhype and blow out of proportion. You know, I know there's going to be Arsenal fans that will, you want to take Julian Alvarez. People are going to talk about it. I get it. But I don't think it's that serious. However, what's interesting is the fact that he's saying to my man that you're not giving me minutes. I'm not getting enough minutes. Now, players want minutes, bro, especially when you're a player like Julian Alvarez. You're gonna want minutes, man. This is a young player still. What is he, 24, 25 or some shit like that? Do you know what I mean? He's a good player. He's a really, really good player. I wouldn't mind him at Arsenal. Wouldn't mind him. I'll definitely be taking him at Arsenal. He's a fantastic player. In fact, before he joined Man City, I definitely signed him on Football Manager years and years ago before he joined Man City, just to let you guys know. So I found him time ago, but I always wanted him at Arsenal. And when he joined Man City, and I knew he was joining Man City, or when the links were happening, I was thinking, oh no, this guy. And I've done the eye test on him, and I watched a number of his highlights, and I thought, you know what, this guy would be phenomenal in the Premier League. He's come to Man City, he's hit the ground running, but unfortunately, he's just not getting the minutes that he needs. He's just not getting the minutes that he needs, and Arteta can give him the minutes. We can give you the minutes, mate. Like if we were to sign Julian Alvarez, like who would he replace? Who would he replace? Would you play him down the middle? Like, would you play him down the middle? Would you play him as a number 9? Like, is this the number 9 that you go for? Would you then say, all right, forget Benjamin Sesko, forget whoever. This is the player that we go for. Now, Julian Alvarez is a versatile player. He can play as a number 9, play as a number 10, play him out wide. Like, he can play in a variety of different positions. Very, very versatile. He's got a lot of tech to his game. And he's an intelligent player as well, on and off the ball. You can see it, movement, all of that. But where would he play at Arsenal if we was to sign him? Do we play him down the middle? Do we play him, I reckon he could even play in a number 8, but then, we want our number 8s to get back and do some defending, get back and do some dirty work. You need to track your runners, but like, is Julian Alvarez going to be one of those dons? Is he really going to be tracking runners and doing that dirty work? We can say Havertz has done that in the past, a bit of dirty work. Wax, swap Jesus for Alvarez plus cash, refund settings. Oh, can you imagine? That would be crazy. I'm sure Pep Guardiola wouldn't mind having Jesus on the bench, and I'm sure Jesus wouldn't mind sitting on Man City's bench. Jesus has to realize now, unless he goes over to the Syria or goes over to Germany, perhaps, in the Premier League, you're a bench man. For any top 6 team, you're a bench man. And that's no disrespect to Jesus, because Jesus is a very, very good player. But Jesus is a bench man for most top 6 teams. I think he probably gets into Tottenham's team. He definitely gets into Tottenham's team. But, you're looking at the rest of the teams, man, it's questionable, bro. I'll be honest, man. I'll be honest. And then it's like with Jesus, where are you going to play him? Because it all then depends on the system. It all then depends on the style of play that you're trying to deploy. You know what I mean? Like, where do you play him? You're looking at, when you're saying that the top 6 teams at this moment in time, you have to consider everyone's style and everyone's formation. I think he's a bench man. I think he's literally a bench man. But I felt differently about Jesus. No, did he? Like 2 years ago when we signed him. But that's because we were down in the dumps. Remember, we finished 5th in that season. So signing Jesus after finishing 5th, that's like a sign of relief, blood. That's like, oh shit, no, we ain't falling off. We're still making it happen. Jesus, yay! Like, you know what I mean? Zinchenko, hey! And they come with a different energy, different mentality. And that season was the season where, we turned it around, bro. We turned it around. We become the team that we actually wanted to become, and now we're competing, not on all fronts, but we're competing in the league, which is a decent start at least. And Now we've got to get over the line. We need to win these trophies now, bro. We need to win these trophies. So again, I've been fair with Arteta. I've said, you know what? One more fucking season, blood. One more season. But bro, I could be Arteta right by September. Like, I literally could be Arteta route ready to get this guy out the door by September. But I've got to be fair. I've got to be fair. And we have to, and remember, we're the ones that put the pressure on as well, you know. So if things ain't going the way we need them to go, we need to let the owners know that. We need to let the owners know that. That's one thing everyone needs to understand. That's one thing everyone needs to understand. If we are not happy with what is going on at Arsenal Football Club, we need to let the owners know. Alvarez is a lone striker. I will get him over ASAP. Big up Richard Jason. We've got Katz. He says, big up Wax. How much would he cost? That's a good question. How much would Julian Alvarez cost? I don't know, but it's crazy. I don't know. It's probably about 60 million, I think. 60, 70 million. Alvarez will score, will scare down defenders, get it done if possible. Exactly, man. This is where you need to make those statement signings. And I think Julian Alvarez definitely goes down as one of them. Last comment here, ladies and gentlemen. I've got to wrap this up. Big up every single one of you in the building. Make sure we hit the like button, do subscribe. All of that. Big up all the new subscribers. We do appreciate you. Make sure we are hitting that like button though. I did want to read one more comment. I see something about boarding school. Who was that? Oh, so what's happening? What's happening, man? My computer runs slow. This is why, like, even when I play audio in the back or anything like that, I can't put comments on the screen because it takes a million years to put the comments on the screen. I don't know why it does that. Where's that comment gone? Big up Paul, big up Nif, big up Mo Benz as well. Mo Benz. I really want Arsenal to finish buying players early. Stop all this nonsense. Chelsea always love to take our place. That's what we want to buy. I really hate Chelsea. Boss says, oh my God, Wax, I also went to a boarding school for the same reason as yourself. You see, I knew that you were one of the real ones. Bless up, Bucharest all day long. I'll big you up, boss, man. Nothing but love and respect to you, man. You know what? Just to let you guys know as well, Wax Unfiltered. I'm going to start doing content on Wax Unfiltered starting from next week. It probably won't be as gruesome as the content once was because I've still got the videos on the channel just to let anyone know because people have asked me, what happened to the videos on the Wax Unfiltered channel? And I think kind of explained to a degree how I felt about doing those type of videos. Just taking me down a dark place and taking me down to, thinking of those memories and all those things that I used to do back in the day. Yeah, I didn't really want to do that. I didn't really want to do it, man, because I've done some dark things, man, and I had to, turn my life right around. So, yeah, I thought, you know what, let me not talk too much about that. But we are going to do some storytelling stuff on that channel. It's going to be a bit more light-hearted, yeah. And we'll also be doing some reactions about various other things. I'm going to come out of my comfort zone. So we're not going to be doing... Yeah, we're gonna do it. Make sure you subscribe to the Wax Unfiltered channel. Link's gonna be in the description. Regular content dropping on that channel. We're gonna be doing a lot. Conspiracies, everything. If you were conspiracy don, religious don, everything, fam. We're gonna be doing so much on that channel, blood. Go and watch. Go and subscribe. Real shit. Is there any news about Cazorla becoming assistant manager under Arteta? Nah, but I'm pretty sure he's going to sign for his boyhood club, man. But that's about it. Big up Paul, big up Early Boy, big up Yandani, big up Mo, big up Max, Boss, Richards, Katz, Jeezy, Young Ads. Here we got Peppermint, Mikey. We've got the gang. Sean, I see you guys. Make sure we hit the like button. I appreciate every single one of you. Get me over 100 likes on this video, please. So make sure you're hitting it. Well over enough people in the chat to do that right now. Big up Covey as well. Big up Johan. Much appreciate you guys. We're going to wrap this up. Be back tomorrow, 11:30 in the morning. And make sure you subscribe, Wax Unfiltered. Subscribe to it. I think the link's in the description, but you can find it on the main channel anyway. So go and do that right now. Subscribe to this channel if you are new. Big up. Peace.